Hey, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Today we're taking a look at the CSGO Weapons Case 3. So first off, we have the P2000 red frag cam, which is a, like, darkish light. I don't even know how to describe what color of red this is. I guess blood red is probably the best description I can give. Blood red camo skin for the P2000, and it's really scratched up for some reason. So that's a thing. But it does look a good amount different from stock. I guess I'll give it that. But otherwise, I'm also just not a fan of camo skins. So this is going in D tier. Next up, we have the Dual Berettas Panther, which is a very simple redesign. It's just black on the main body with red on the bottom. It's pretty simple, but it also has the top still almost looking default, and the bottoms definitely are, which isn't that nice, but whatever. It's mediocre. It's a very basic recoloring. It's very dull though, is the problem. It barely even is affected by lighting. And it's kind of just mid at best, so it's also just probably right above F tier and D tier. Like just barely better than stock. Next up we have the Glock 18 Blue Fisher, which is it's a pretty interesting skin. It's got like a Fisher texture across the entire thing, which is okay. It looks alright. And then they made the top a nice color of like a darker blue. And it's good, I guess. It's nothing crazy, but I really can't see anyone going too wrong with this. It just looks solid. Doesn't look amazing, don't get me wrong, but it just looks solid. I don't really think it's that bad of a skin, but definitely just is not a good one either, so it kind of just belongs in the C tier. And next up, we have the CZ Auto Crimson Web, which is pretty much just default CZ, and then the Crimson Web texture on the top. It looks alright. The problem here is, I mean, it's still mainly just default. But then again, if they used the Crimson Web on the whole thing, I think it would look horrible as well. I'm not really the biggest fan of the Crimson Web kind of camos or designs or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about this thing. I'm probably going to put it just at the top of D tier. I don't think this is good enough to get into C tier for me, but I could see why people would use it. It's solid enough to be used, so I'll put it in D tier. Then we have the USPS Stainless. This one's a classic. It just makes like the stock USPS not have like any scratches or anything, and I guess it makes the metal in the back more shiny. Not sure why there's a JW sticker on this one, or why it's minware. Maybe it doesn't go to fact new, I don't know. But it's just a clean USPS. You really cannot go wrong with this one. It's a classic for a reason. It just looks clean. Like it doesn't even have really a camo on it. It's just a nicer version of stock, but it's so much nicer that I'm actually willing to put it all the way up in C tier, right below the Fisher. I actually really do like this USPS. And next up, we have the Tec9 Titanium bit, and I guess it's supposed to be maybe a drill bit or something. Not sure. It's pretty much 99% stock with a slightly darker blue tip. Just stick to stock. It honestly probably looks better too. The blue tip really doesn't look that nice on this thing. I would just stick to stock. This is an F tier for me. Then we have the CZ Auto tread plate, which is interesting. This one, I don't know why they didn't apply to the whole design. I think it could have easily fit on the entire design. Just having like that metal sheet that you use for some cheap construction or stuff. Like I used it one time in the ceiling in the basement or something. I forgot actually why I did that, but yeah, that's a story, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it actually looks kind of nice because of the way it works in lighting, and it goes with the rest of the weapon. But it still is very, very basic to the point that stock honestly might just look around the same. Um, so I'm gonna put this one probably like right under the Crimson Web in D tier. Next up, we have the 5.7 Copper Galaxy, which, yeah, not sure what this has to do with the Galaxy, honestly. The bottom's still stock, but that's okay because you almost never see that. But the top is just, it's like glitter, like golden glitter. That's all that this really is. It doesn't really, it doesn't have a lot going for it. Unless you really like glitter, then this is your skin. But otherwise, it's kind of bad. Definitely toward the lower end of D tier yet again. Then we have the Desert Eagle Heirloom. Pretty useful for trade-ups, I believe. Otherwise, this is like literally stock. Like 99% stock with like these random little gold things on some parts of it. but like pretty much just stock. I'd just use stock. Like this thing is only used in trade-ups because it's only a trade-up weapon. It is literally just stock and debatably worse because these gold things really do not fit where they are, except this one in the back. That one looks kind of clean, but the rest of them just look like they shouldn't even be there. It's like a rusted decal, one of those parts, I don't even know. Then we have the CZ Auto Fuchsias now. See it again. This one's definitely stock, right? The other ones I said they kind of look like stock, right? But they're a little bit different, like they're more gray or more black. This one is 100% stock, and then just has a fuchsia top. Uh, it's really just slightly better on the tread plate. Honestly, debatably worse based on how much you like this color of fuchsia. But yeah, it's still very much a D tier skin. I'm kind of disappointed in it. Then we have the P250 Undertow, which is kind of weird, because for the P250 you see the top of the skin, and the top of the skin here is unchanged. I guess it's supposed to be the undertow, so that just means under the skin or whatever, I don't know. But under the skin, it's not even really much better. It's just like, I don't even know how to describe what I'm looking at, but it just doesn't look nice. Like, just stick to stock. Again, that's a 100% F tier. Never used this thing. It's definitely worse than the Tec9, which was already pretty shit. So yeah, low F tier for me. Then our final is the only red of this collection, the CZ Auto Victoria. And this one's actually kind of nice. They use like a majority of the skin. The only part they didn't really use the mag, which is fine because you almost never see that anyway. And it just has like a kind of like a basilisk design to it, where it's like metal engravings on the weapon. It looks solid, right? I'll put this one as a solid C tier skin, but I can't really put it any higher. And obviously I'm gonna move up the stainless above the Fisher. And yeah, that's it for the weapon case 3. I don't think I've seen a case this bad yet from all of the case reviews or whatever I've done so far. Yeah, see you in the next one.